hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club, look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No call, for real. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds and Vinci is white.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They go with Chubb on second down. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
81.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And coming out now, the Broncos. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where they'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. To throw, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got Hireman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. In for the score. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find the matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sunday, drag it. Watch the slant. Sunday.
They'll run it now out of the guns. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Right back to him on 1st down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Sunday.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Black, come on.
Wentz. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Jalen Mills. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Good chip.
They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Run.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Shorty. Black.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Gun.
And off comes to Chubb, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Come on now.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Great.
To throw is Wentz. And spins away. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A give. This is Chubb. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
A run for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he stopped immediately there. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there, 26 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught right side, it turns. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A final shot before half for Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On second down, here's Wentz. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They'll try and throw for it here. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. A run, it's Clement. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run with Clement. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On the carry, it's Chubb, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Hang in there now.
Wentz now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On the left. Drag him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target in. Complete. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And again, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Hey, we got four. We got four down.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Escapes us. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. There's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, Holden.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without Holden.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Got some real estate inside the 30. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Back to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. The 40. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. Elliott good on the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Blue 90.
They run. Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now back to throw. He's got Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Working from the gun, Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Here we go
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. This is Clement. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Black. Great.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Gone!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gray 15, Gray 15.
Now Wentz. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers, and he's going to go down again. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Broncos, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.